Hi, I'm Michael Dresser. I'm one of the UK's most unique gay sex and intimacy coaches. But in this video, I actually want to talk about something a bit different from coaching. I want to explore here the idea of talking man to man. So for me, the phrase man to man means a discussion that's honest and open and frank. And for me, it implies an opening up and an intimacy. It's about trust and maybe even security in the company of another man. The irony is that very few men have this kind of space with another man, and especially one where they can talk openly and honestly about their relationship with sex and with intimacy. And for most guys, including a lot of gay guys, if those things ever do get mentioned in conversation with another man, it's usually pretty superficial. Maybe it's a bit jokey or it's a bit braggy, but it's not usually very personal or very supportive. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you had a genuine discussion with another guy about how you really experience pleasure or experience arousal or about your body? So one of the things that I noticed when I started working as a sex and intimacy coach was that even outside the coaching space, men, and sometimes men I didn't really know very well at all, began to feel comfortable and free enough to start conversations with me about their intimate selves. And they were telling me about their fears and their worries and about their experiences and their insecurities. And most of all, they were bringing their questions. And so many of the men who felt safe enough to chat to me had questions. Sometimes they wanted information and they didn't know where else to ask. Sometimes they had questions about their bodies or about the ins and outs of relating to other men. And sometimes they wanted to share an experience that they'd had and they just wanted to be able to ask somebody else what they thought about it. And the big theme that I've noticed that's behind a lot of this is uncertainty about what is normal. And of course the reality is that normal doesn't really exist. Everybody is completely unique and no two experiences will ever be exactly the same. But when we feel alone with something, isolated or disconnected or unsupported, that's when we tend to start worrying about whether we're normal, because we don't have any reference points to navigate by. And so I realized these men who were spontaneously opening up to me with their questions, they were doing that because they didn't have anywhere else to take them. And sometimes, as a man, there are just things you can't discuss with your friends or with your family or even with your partner if you have one. Where are you supposed to go then? So that's why I created man-to-man discussion sessions. So they're a safe place where you can bring all of this stuff without judgment, without shame, and just chat about it one-to-one with me in a relaxed and informal way over a cuppa. It's not therapy, it's not counselling, it's not even coaching. I'm not there to fix you or to give you solutions, but I can hold space for you, and I can also share some of the things I've discovered in my years of experience of being a man, and particularly being a sexual man. And I can share the choices and the learning that I've made along my journey in this male body, and I can even share some of the teachings that I've been given by other men. Because ultimately, I know that when we can share and be witnessed and be heard, we don't feel so alone and we don't feel like we're the only one. And that helps us to feel more normal. So if you'd like to join me, man to man, in this supportive space, check out my website for more information and how to book a call with me. And I really look forward to welcoming you into this space.